Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Welcome, my daddy. Welcome, my daddy. Ayo, mutuna daddy. Wayo, daddy. Ayo, mutuna daddy. Wayo, daddy. Chigandare, 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 chigandare.
Wow, this is beautiful. Just watching it, I'm already so excited. This was the celebration that waited for Peter Obi as he paid a visit to the IDP camp in Durumi, Abuja as early as 7:30 a.m. And he took our time to talk about one or two things, which I'm going to allow you to listen to it. One of it which got my attention was his response when he was asked about 2027 and what his focus was for 2025. You get to hear exactly his position. And after now, we'll be back to talk more.
Happy New Year.
So you are here at the IDP camp, which is residents. I think you're
Well, the first thing that, like I've always said, if these people are in IDP camp, we're all in IDP camp. We need to visit them. We need to know what they're going through. There's IDP camp scattered all over Nigeria, and we're not at war. So we should be able to visit them and know what is happening. You've listened to them say it, the government is doing, is helping them, but they don't do it enough. We have children here, over 1,000 of them. They're not in school. They just have primary 1 to 4. Beyond there, they don't have any school to attend. So what are we trying to do? These are children that should be in school, and they're not in school. They have a clinic here. They have 2 or 3 nurses that have been working here without pay. The last time I came, they said they were not being paid. And there's no doctor. No doctor comes to see them. But nobody, because nobody will be able to volunteer to come and see them. So I'm only here to continue in my own little way to support them, appeal to other Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians, and especially we leaders, to be able to come and see the conditions in which Nigerians live. So we can know, as they mentioned here, their priority is food. Their priority is care for their children. That's why we're here. And I have to come and do this on a New Year day because this is a special day for us to visit those who are less privileged.
How do you feel you can support them in feeding, just like they have mentioned?
Well, in my own little way, I have to give them whatever I have, and continue to do so from time to time. And then for the clinic, I'm going to have a special way I can give them a monthly stipend to encourage those who are working there for free.
Right. The women, they are happy. They said that you are the kind of a leader they want to repair Nigeria. They are happy and they want you to come out. Maybe next time, after the 2023 general election, they wanted you, but you couldn't make it. They want you to come out, maybe 2027. Are you willing to come out?
Well, for me, what is important now is that we look after them. We need to get Nigeria to work now, and then we'll talk about the next election. The purpose of coming here is their care. Next election, when it comes, we'll take it from there. But now, how do we get this solved? These people want to go home. They want to live in a better environment. They want a better care. That's it.
Sir, today is the 1st of January. What's your bigger message to Nigerians?
Well, that we should be more caring. We need a society of care. I wish the country all the best. It's a country that God bless. It's a country of plenty. Yet it's a country of scarcity for so many Nigerians. Can we be more loving, more caring about each other?
Today is the first day. Nigeria want to know which party are you right now.
But remember,
Your current party,
I'm going to make statements about the New Year.
Your current party, sir.
And after his visit to the IDP camp, he also visited the Tungamadike Primary Healthcare Center in Abuja, where he had previously visited to contribute to the repairs of their roof and improving other, facility. And he said that during the visit, he was satisfied with the repairs so far and promised additional support to the community to further enhance the center's capacity to deliver essential services. Ensuring access to quality healthcare remain a priority, and I remain dedicated to making the tangible contribution towards that goal. That was the standpoint of Peter Obi. And I'm just wondering, how about Wike? Is it that Abuja, the development of Abuja, infrastructure for Abuja is targeted at just the rich? How about areas like these? Because I feel that the local government, especially where the poor are resident, they will really appreciate if, the package of the president is extended to them. Though we know that they are chairman in this local government, but I think paying a visit to them will help a great deal. Now, my colleague is in the house and we just want to talk about the position of Peter Obi as it has to do with his care for the people. And do you think that all of this is done towards 2027, or is just a lifestyle that he had decided to build for himself?
It took us a while. Let me speak for myself. It took me a while to really understand who Mr. Peter Obi is, His Excellency Peter Obi. If you check other politicians who are not in power right now, they've all shut down.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not doing those philanthropism have very long gone. They will begin again come 2026. So we still have 2 years. Why waste funds, resources that you can use to mop up for bribery, for alignment, for seeing delegates and all that? It's uncalled for. After all, the people are just being used. Eventually, all we just want is their vote. When we get there, we'll know what to do with the services and the income therein. But if you watch Peter Obi, even before the politics, they will tell you in his days and his reign during the time he was the governor and after his reign, he has this ability, this love for always giving to the poor. You hear things like he has contributed 50 million to nursing school in so and so place. He has contributed 10 million to so and so place. He loves education. You just notice it.
Yeah, he loves
everything. Education, healthcare, education. He loves those two. It's as if it is what he's called to do to ensure that. But more especially for those two, and you would understand the fact that he's not in governance. So whatever he does, whatever it is from his. Do you understand? Even if he gives 500 naira, Bobo has tried. Yes. It's not even government money. It's his money. So imagine if he now has the capacity to have a taxpayer's money, he would channel it to the right places. If you ask me, for the poor, Peter Obi should be the president of the poor. And since we have more of the poor in the Nigerian populace, then they should be able to bring him in 2027. Yes. We are seeing it literally that the government of the rich are the ones in the helms of the affair right now. Hence, you begin to see things like they will tell you, this is Abuja. Abuja must be city of power. So the city of power is beautiful, and the people living therein are languishing in poverty. How can the next generation not have education? So who is going to be taking over? Are they just deliberately empowering poverty? Using it as some sort of political weapon, so that in the days of election or election year, you begin to hear things like 5,000 naira, and the people will sell their vote. As small as 2 spaghetti, 1 salt, and maybe 1 small seasoning, and they will sell even their generation. So when they keep weaponizing poverty, then what are they thinking of the generation or the image of Nigeria? Because our best hands are living, and it takes the likes of Peter, who is seeing beyond their political gain. If you ask me, up till now, I'm still doing this. The Congo Assos, they've rested. The articles, they've rested. For the likes of the Bola Tinubu, they've entered full governance. They don't need to do this kind of thing. This is during the election period to do small, philanthropy. They're already inside, so why are we doing it anymore? So you see that it's natural to him. I think it goes beyond politics for him.
Mm-hmm. Wow, this is quite interesting. And the next stuff I want to talk about is the issue of 2027. A lot of people have talked about possible amalgamation, and recently he said no, that there's nothing like that. Do you think that this will sway a lot of politicians away from him, since he still want to be on his own and do his own thing?
Look, I prefer Peter Obi alone, who understands what he stands for, who understands his brand name. Peter Obi right now have a brand name, and his brand name is integrity.
Yes.
Whenever Peter Obi endorses you, the people look at Peter Obi, they have endorsed. The people who entered into Senate and House of Rep is on the base of Peter Obi's endorsement. You will hear things like Obedient Movement. It's not Labour Party movement. It was called Obedient Movement for a reason. Acronym from the name Obi. So they enjoy the goodwill of Peter Obi. So it would be gross foolishness on his part to decide to treat his integrity because of some sort of amalgamation. If the amalgamation is going to come on the grounds that he will be the president, why not? Because that way he will run the affairs of the country. Not being the vice. We all saw what happened to Sibanjo. Though he was a professor, a pastor, a senior advocate of Nigeria, he had academics going for him. He had everything going for him, as opposed to the sitting president then. But then, nobody felt the impact of Osibanjo simply because it was the vice. He can only sit in when the president was not on seat. Even when the president was not on seat, they never allowed him to have that reign anymore. Once, and he did a lot in that 2 weeks. Made up their mind that they will not. So he knows the power of not having the real power, which is the presidential seat. Mm-hmm. So I totally agree with him. If any amalgamation that will not allow him be the head, then please let's forget it. Peter Obi have a brand name. All he needs to do is to sell it better and let the people know that if you want something better, then you can see it in Peter Obi.
All right, that's what we'd like to leave it.